What if I told you a quiet rumor is starting to shake the Western Conference? Not a superstar asking to leave. Not the bosses of a team freaking out. But one name, Austin Reaves, suddenly being talked about in a way that could change two teams forever. Tonight, the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers play each other. But behind the scenes, a much bigger game might be starting. As a reporter who has been in this league for years, I can tell you this story feels different. Once you understand why, you won't look at the Lakers or the Spurs the same way again. NBA world on alert. The Austin Reaves trade rumor that won't go away. The NBA loves big moments. Some are loud, some are quiet. And then there are moments that start as whispers. The kind that only people inside the game really get. Right now, that whisper is about Austin Reaves. As the Lakers get ready to face the Spurs this Thursday, December 11th, the game is about more than just one night. People around the league aren't just watching the score. They're watching body language, who plays when, and what people talk about on the bench. Because at the same time, another question is being talked about quietly. Could Austin Reaves become the perfect player to help Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio? It sounds wild, almost crazy to think about a year ago. But in today's NBA, things change fast, and Reaves's rise has been impossible to ignore. The Wembanyama factor, a team waiting for its final piece. We have to talk about Victor Wembanyama. The French superstar has been out since November 16th, missing 11 games. And yet the Spurs haven't fallen apart. In fact, they've stayed in games, played smart, and stayed organized without their special star. That fact has put San Antonio's team bosses in a really interesting spot. For years, the Spurs were patient. They drafted. They developed. They waited. But now they have Wembanyama. And once you get a talent like that, the clock starts ticking, whether you like it or not. The Spurs know something the rest of the league is starting to understand. Wembanyama doesn't just need time, he needs help. Not in 2 or 3 years, but soon. Which leads us straight to Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves, from role player to NBA star. If you had told fans 2 seasons ago that Austin Reaves would be talked about in big trade rumors, most would have laughed. He wasn't drafted. He's a quiet guy, has a team-first attitude. But the NBA rewards people who won't accept the labels people put on them. Reaves is now in his 5th NBA season, and at 27 years old, he's playing the best basketball of his life, by a huge amount. Let's be honest for a moment. Last season, Reaves got a lot of heat. People said he was only good because he played next to LeBron, that his numbers wouldn't last, that he was a nice player, not a star. This season, he has shut every one of those voices up. The numbers that changed everything. In the first 20 games of the season, Austin Reaves isn't just playing well, he's playing like an MVP candidate. 28.4 points. 5.5 rebounds, 6.7 assists per game. He's efficient, calm, and a leader. And then came the moment that made the whole NBA world stop and look. On October 26th, against the Sacramento Kings, Reaves went off for 51 points. A career-high game that didn't feel lucky. It felt like it was going to happen. Watching that game as a reporter, one thought kept coming back to me. This is no longer just a hot streak. This is a total change. Why the Lakers depend on Reaves more than ever. The Lakers are currently second in the Western Conference, with a great 73.9% win rate. LeBron James has changed his game again, being more careful and smart. DeAndre Ayton looks like a new man. Luka Doncic leads the league in scoring, And yet, when games get tight, when spacing breaks down, when defenses trap the stars, Reaves is the one who fixes it. He creates plays, he reads the floor, he keeps chances alive. In many ways, he has become the glue that holds this Lakers team together. Which asks a dangerous question. Is Austin Reaves now too valuable to trade, or is he too valuable not to trade? Why San Antonio is watching very closely. From San Antonio's point of view, the math is simple but risky. They have Wembanyama, they have money to spend, they have young players to trade. What they don't have is a proven player on the outside who can score, run the offense, and take pressure off their star. Reaves checks every single one of those boxes. He doesn't need the ball all the time. He doesn't need to be the main guy. He does great with movement and spacing, exactly what Wembanyama creates. And here's the key part that league bosses keep talking about. Reaves is entering his best years at the same time Wembanyama is becoming a superstar. That timing matters. Why this rumor exists now? These rumors didn't just appear from nowhere. NBA insiders point to 3 big reasons they're getting talked about. Reaves's value has never been higher. San Antonio feels they are closer to speeding up their rebuild. The Lakers are quietly thinking about the long-term balance of their team. This doesn't mean a trade is about to happen, but it does mean talks are happening. And in the NBA, once talks start, possibilities grow fast. The emotional side of the story. Covering this league isn't just about numbers. It's about people. Austin Reaves is everything fans love about basketball. Effort, being humble, and growth. Seeing his name in trade talk isn't easy, especially for Lakers fans who watched him go from unknown to star. And yet, this is the business of the NBA. As a reporter, I feel that pull deeply. The beauty of loyalty versus the reality of a big chance. And that emotional back and forth is exactly why the story matters. The realistic breakdown, contracts, fits, and what it means. There's a moment in every big NBA rumor where imagination gives way to math. Contracts, draft picks, timelines, and how players fit together. That's where we are now with Austin Reaves and the San Antonio Spurs. Around the league, this isn't treated as just internet talk anymore. Executives are quietly asking the same questions. What would it take? Who gives in first? And who benefits the most now and 5 years from now? Let's look at this layer by layer. The salary cap reality, why this is even possible. First, the hard truth. No NBA trade happens without the money making sense. Austin Reaves' contract, often seen as one of the best deals in the league, is exactly why this talk exists. He gives near superstar play for a price that allows a team to be flexible. From San Antonio's view, this matters a lot. The Spurs are one of the few teams that have money to spend and future draft picks and aren't stuck in bad long contracts. That combination gives them power. For the Lakers, however, the math is more delicate. Los Angeles is in win-now mode. Every dollar is linked to championship hopes. Every move is looked at through the lens of LeBron James's timeline. That's why, inside the team, the Lakers aren't just asking, is Reaves good? They're asking, is this the best team we can have? What the Spurs can actually offer without ruining their future. Let's be clear. San Antonio is not trading Victor Wembanyama. They are not trading who they are. But they are willing to be bold for the right player. Here's why Austin Reaves fits their plan. He's ready for the NBA right now. He's efficient. He doesn't need to be the man every time. He makes his teammates better from the start. The Spurs' possible trade package would likely include young players who can play, draft picks, and contracts that are ending soon or are flexible. Not big names, but good value. And that's where this gets tricky for the Lakers. The Lakers' dilemma. Heart versus strategy. Every great front office faces moments like this. Austin Reaves is loved in Los Angeles. Fans see themselves in him. Teammates trust him. Coaches count on him in big moments. But history tells us something uncomfortable. Championship teams are rarely built on feelings. The Lakers' bosses must think about LeBron's age and how much he has to do, the need for a team that can win in the playoffs, and the possibility that Reeves's value may never be higher than it is right now. That's not a criticism of Reaves. It's a result of how much he has grown. The better he plays, the louder the trade talk gets. Basketball fit. Reaves and Wembanyama on the same floor. Now let's talk real basketball, because this is where executives get excited. Picture this: Wembanyama pulling defenders out to the three-point line, Reaves attacking when defenders close out. Pick-and-roll plays with height, spacing, and patience. Reaves does great when defenses pause. Wembanyama forces defenses to pause. The possible chemistry is huge. Reaves doesn't need 20 shots to change a game. He reads defenses, makes the extra pass, and punishes mistakes. For a young star like Wembanyama, that kind of partner speeds up how fast he gets better, not someday, but right away. Why this would speed up San Antonio's timeline by years? The Spurs have been patient, almost too stubbornly so. But patience changes when you draft a special talent. Wembanyama isn't just another young player. He's a game changer. Players get better faster around him. Defenses have to change for him. And now, free agents and trade targets see San Antonio differently. Adding Reaves would send a huge message to the league. The Spurs are no longer waiting. They are building now. That message alone is powerful. The Western Conference ripple effect. Bosses from other Western Conference teams are watching this closely. And not just out of curiosity. They're worried because a Spurs team with Wembanyama, Reaves, young players, and money to spend isn't a rebuild anymore. It's a problem. The West is already really tough. Another balanced, smart, system-driven team that can win it all changes matchups, rotations, and long-term plans. That's why this rumor won't go away. What the Lakers would demand in return. Let's talk about the big question. If the Lakers even think about this idea, they won't do it for just maybe good players. They'd want players who can help right away, defense that can do different things, and the ability to make more moves later. This is where the talks would get tense. San Antonio doesn't want to give up too much. Los Angeles doesn't want to sell low. And somewhere in the middle, the deal either comes together or falls apart. Inside league feeling. The telling silence. Here's something important. No one involved has strongly said this rumor is wrong. No big denials. No quotes saying it's nonsense. In NBA circles, silence often speaks louder than words. Front offices shut down fake rumors quickly. They let ideas that could happen stay alive. That alone suggests the idea is at least being talked about behind closed doors. The human element and why this is so complicated. As a sports reporter, I have to say this part out loud. Trades aren't just players swapping teams. They're about lives, daily routines, and trust in the locker room. Austin Reaves didn't ask to be a rumor. He worked his way into being important. There's respect for that around the league. And that's why the situation is handled carefully, quietly, thoughtfully. Where this leaves us right now, to be clear, no deal is about to happen. No decision has been made. But the conditions are real, the interest is real, and the timing feels like it's on purpose. This is the kind of NBA story that builds slowly, until one phone call changes everything. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. We're doing awesome. Please subscribe if you like the videos. Thank you again. See you in the next one. Have an awesome day.